Back when I was newly married, I remember there was a time where I was just sobbing, for a lack of a better word. I was just full of sadness and sense of loneliness. I remember telling my husband, I just want friends. And nowadays, I know that feeling, it hits us all. The number of clients I've talked to who just feel like they don't have those meaningful connections, who don't feel like they have anybody they can go to and talk to about real things, that loneliness is real and it's so heavy and deep. And today I want to talk to you about some of the ways to deal with that, not just to deal with it, but to break free of that loneliness. My name is Kaylee, and I'm a licensed counselor as well as a certified career counselor at the Lookout Point. I like to offer tips and tools that I use in counseling on a day to day basis. Today, I want to talk about loneliness. It's a big word, it's a heavy word that we all deal with. And I think that every single conversation I have, at some point, loneliness comes up. We've all felt it. So, how do we deal with it? Well, first of all, as a first step, I have made a video very quick briefly about how to make friends using this metaphor of dominoes. And I encourage you, if part of what you're struggling with is how to make friends, go ahead and pause this video and go check that one out. Just as some helpful steps and tips on beginning those friendships, building some friendships based on added connections or added interests. I also want to talk to you about how loneliness goes beyond just having friends. Because there are some of us, I know me included, where we can be surrounded by people who are fun and we can hang out with and we can have a good time, but we still feel it. We still feel that disconnect somewhere. I believe that part of loneliness comes from not being seen or not feeling like someone gets it with us. We feel like we can connect with the person on those surface levels, but when it comes to who we are and our identity, we're afraid that somebody won't truly accept us for who we are. So when it comes to loneliness, we need to get to that place of being seen. We need to get to that place of saying, this is who I am. Do you accept me or not? And I think that there are times where we need to choose the people that we put that out to. First things first, if you have your phone with you, you may even be watching this on your phone. I want you to pull up your contacts list. I realize you might not be able to do both at the same time, so maybe pause the video and then come back. But look at your contacts list. And a lot of times, no matter what kind of phone you have, you can have like a preferred contacts list at the top. Who is on that list for you? And of the people on that list, do you feel seen by them? I would argue that first list of the people that you talk to most frequently or who are you most likely to call are the first people that are going to see you and accept you for who you are. Another thing you could try is going to Facebook and when you start to type in a status update, you can hit and it'll usually pull up the names of people who you may have interacted with more recently or more frequently. And that's another way to start looking at the people in your life who you can connect with and grow with. Now, like I said, vulnerability is a key part to battling this loneliness because part of what keeps us feeling alone is that part of feeling unseen. And how can someone see us when we aren't showing the real parts of us? No, I know that vulnerability is hard. It's hard to lay out the things that are the rawest and the scariest. And so I don't want you to just overshare with any random person on your list. I want you to think about the ways that they have demonstrated that they are trustworthy. Now, one of my favorite authors, Brene Brown, she talks about trust in this 7 different categories of trust. And I encourage you to go check out some of her stuff about the anatomy of trust, and I'll leave a link down below. But I want to just tell you, like, first and foremost, start to look at where you trust the people. Do you feel like you can share with them parts of yourself and they're going to respond without judgment? They're going to respond believing the best side of the story for you. Those are the people that have given you examples or kind of like currency for trust so that you can say, maybe I can share a little bit more and a little bit more. I don't think that battling loneliness is a one time thing. I think it comes up a lot. I think it comes up regularly. And even if we have those meaningful connections with people, there are going to be times where we need to share a little bit more because something has blocked us off and said, yeah, they're your friend and they accept you, but they don't know this one thing. And when that happens, I encourage you that if they have built up that trust, if they have been there in the times past, give it a chance to share that bigger piece. I wish that I could just wave a magic wand and that loneliness would go away. It is so hard. And I also know that some of these steps feel almost impossible. But know that when we are seen, when we are heard, when we are understood, those raw spots of loneliness fade. So I encourage you today, go through those lists of people, whether it's on your phone or social media. Find one person to share something about yourself. It can be kind of an outer layer of who you are, but share something new with them. Tell them that you are thankful for them as a friend, which is actually a pretty vulnerable thing because who knows what they'll say. Hopefully they'll be thankful too. Say, I really enjoy spending time with you. Let's hang out. That's sharing a piece of you, a piece of your heart, while also beginning to build that trust. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. If you have questions or comments, leave them down below. And until next time, take care.